will continue. Now I've been thinking of and reflecting into the circumstances of what had happened recently, because of these new issues and controversy among
Excuse me, sir. Mute na, sir.
leaders. Sorry. So take two. So I'm thinking of, I even reflect on what had happened, okay, or maybe a it is in the fault of the educational system, where right now, even in the beginning, but it was boosted recently because of the scandal and done by our leaders. Okay, I know you've heard of so many issues right now, including the recent one. Although it has been a practice in the management that it's indeed part of, or it runs through our blood, the corruption, but it was boosted recently because of the very big amount, including billions of pesos, were put into the hands of these corrupt officials. It would be a waste of time, and I'm sure even those who are in the in the top management, um, I understand they're also well educated, studied in different schools, even outside the country. But then I'm sure all of them failed. So, but I realize, I think it's not more of what you know or what you probably learned in school, but it's more of a behavior. And well, of course, it's still product of the education. And I think I teaching students of different strategies of good governance and development would be useless if we will not inculcate first in to our students the values. That is why right now, aside from teaching you all these principles of good governance and development, we're going to apply what we know based on our current situation and what had happened. Okay, a, the issue right now would really test our knowledge of how far we know about governance. Actually, you can read all and know all of this, but if your behavior will not be developed because of, probably it's more of a lecture and memorizing what are those, you can actually pass exams and get perfect, but when you apply this one, it is a different story. So right now we're going to discuss principles, okay, but it is not more of the application. We're going to apply that principles on issues, and how are we going to resolve all those conflict or problems. Now, I of course, all these are simple to memorize. What does it mean? But we have to understand first what are the root cause, and I think this is the best time really to talk about it, because talking it in some other time would be not appropriate, because the issue would not be so relevant. Now, I go on letter C. I may be able to, or I have probably discussed this already, but I go into it, okay, to make relevance to our present situation. Of course, you've heard of the corruption, right? The anomaly. I presume you know that, considering that you are a student of public administration. Okay, so going back, okay, repeated all over again, memorizing simple terms, but in application, this may be of different um, measures. Okay, so a good governance is a prerequisite of a sustainable development. So a poor governance leads to corruption, inequality, efficiency, which hampers development. Okay, right now, of course, you've heard of the corruption. Okay, I'll tell you if you were not listening to news, I'll tell you how it is committed. Okay, so basically, if you understand the structure of government and how these leaders that we elected works or what are these functions, you can actually trace or how is it done. Okay, so corruption is a behavior that it's based on an animal tendency or instinct to survive. Okay, but the problem is that the means that they employ is illegal, or it could be against public morals. Okay, and if you think about it, it's so incomprehensible that a normal person would do. Of course, we all have greed, but of course, that greed should be controlled. Otherwise, if it is not controlled, the result would be unthinkable. Okay, can you imagine? You are just a newly, or even if you are in the construction company, and the way you probably behave or get the money would be through illegal means. Okay, so you've heard of persons, right? I will not be mentioning names, but of course I presume you know already, based on the news. Now, what is the effect if you are corrupt? There will be inequality. If you are, there will be inequality. Okay, people who paid for the tax will eventually deprived of their right to receive the services from the taxes that they paid. Okay, even you, or even yeah, all people who are paying tax should be entitled to the services that the government should provide. So the result would also be inefficiency. Okay, and it hampers the development. Development in turn strengthens governance by increasing resources and improving institutional capacity. So what happened? Applying that to the present situation, or how it is, how they commit it. Okay, so uh, it was discussed in the previous, or even in other class, or one of my discussions discussing with you the process. Okay, so a budget preparation. Okay, so to summarize, it all started first from the different departments. Okay, each offices would request, okay, on the programs, activities, and projects. So out of these programs, okay, activities that you're going to perform within the year, okay, and the projects that you're going to propose, it will be collated, and later on, it will be defended. Normally, the defense of the budget by the head of the institution would be by December, by September, at as soon as they meet and assumes office. Now, so let's say you are not preparing a budget. Let's say the DPW also prepares the budget for the thing that they're going to develop. Okay, that will be defended by a different department. If they can defend, then it will be there will be a joint session between House of Rep and the Senate, and then once approved, then the President will sign, and that will form as our General Appropriations Act. But before it will be approved, it is called first the National Expenditure Program. So once approved, it becomes the General Appropriations Act. So the one it is prepared, okay, sometimes they add. What happened in the preparation of the budget last year? So two or three persons actually added items. The DPWH or other agencies but specifically DPWH, prepared a certain budget, projects that would be developed in the different districts. Okay, of course, based also on the dictate of the congressman. But lately, when they had a joint session before it will be passed to the president for signing, they added, okay, allegedly added, of course that's true. How can a budget proposed in the lower house or in the House of Representatives, which is very low, and yet they increased it to added several billions without knowing even by the department concerned. So they are just surprised lately when they heard that there was an additional augmentation of the budget. So, but they didn't know where it come from or what should be the project. But it's actually one of the style of congressman. Sometimes the ad without even a concrete project, and that becomes the source of the corruption. Why? Because this department do not know that there are insertions. And how can they implement the project if there's no program that they propose? Okay, in the preparation, if you recall what I said, they prepare programs, projects, and activities, and out of that they propose budget. Okay, when you prepare for the budget, you have to indicate first the programs, project, or everything that might be needed for the implementation of the program or activities or projects. So it is all computed. But if there are insertions later on, you will not know where to implement it. So what happened is that this congressman actually get some of the projects that were not even included. So that probably becomes the ghost projects. Okay, and these are billions of pesos. Okay, so what happened? Let's say there is now bidding. Okay, in the bidding, the congressman actually appoints the district engineers. Okay, they are the person who delivers and eventually won in the several. They also had construction company. It may not be in their names, but the construction company should be closely connected, if not the company of the congressman, or if not the company of persons close to the DPWH. And they will make it sure that this company who can give money to the congressman will certainly win. Okay, so as to the violation of the law that they might commit, well, there are violations like, okay, in the Procurement Act, okay, that there should be the persons who are present in the bidding should not have any direct connection or conflict of interest with the bidder. Okay, and sometimes this construction company, different names, but actually in reality it's just one company. Okay, um it's just one company competing. Okay, and if the other will win, or if the other if there's only one who will win, of course, but it's still an assurance that that company it's still owned by one person. So they bend sometimes the law. So congressman sometimes cannot um, get the money directly or deposit it in a bank. So sometimes accordingly they hire some or buy a condominium, make one of a room for the deposit of this amount of money. Okay, it is believable because these are billions of pesos. Okay, and you cannot put it in the bank because of the Anti-Money Laundering Act. You cannot simply withdraw that amount of money in a single transaction. Otherwise, it will be reported to the AMLA, or Anti-Money Laundering Act, and the council is Anti-Money Laundering Council, which automatically detects any withdrawal of a certain amount, a big amount, of course. So that's what they do. Now, what happened in the latest controversy and heard in the House of Rep right now? Okay, so the family name, um, who ran even as a congressman in a certain district, um, even boasted that they had these luxury cars imported. Okay, and all of a sudden it was realized that they do not pay tax. Actually, it's not allowed to import cars from other country. Okay, but if it may be allowed, but you have to pay certain tax, higher tax, by because it's a luxury item, and luxury items are taxed, I think, triple or not a normal tax compared to items or commodities that are needed, or basic commodities in life, such as food or machinery in the farm. So some are even given a or exempt from the customs duties if it's really needed in government. But these items like luxury cars, which are not needed, they are taxed higher. Now, so that is the controversy, right? Okay, so sometimes congressman collects, most of the time they collect higher amount before the projects will be implemented, and that's the money that they use in buying votes during election. And until now, they win the election because people sometimes think that this money given is out of the generosity of these politicians, without knowing that that actually comes from the services that they're going to provide, supposedly, that they collect a certain amount. So that's where the taxes goes. So they collect amount of money. So the contractor who won had left no other choice but to construct certain project, okay, in a with a substandard materials. Sometimes they do not comply anymore with what is required. Okay, during the time of Noynoy Aquino, I understand that there is a standard of thickness. Okay, right now they don't. Okay, they just they showed that they had a steel bar, but in reality, if you survey it, cut it, and test whether there are steel bars, you can't find any. Or if there are steel bars, they make it sure that it is not they can save. And one way of saving is to change the proposal. Instead of 9, let's say 20 mm of the angle of the steel bar, they're going to lower it, so it makes it substandard, such that in case if let's say the calamity will happen, eventually that project will collapse. So so these are all um, a character or behavior person, probably, who do not have any conscience at all, or people who thinks that money is the only way um, to attain power. Okay, so that should not be a character of a leader. Okay, the best character of a leader is seen in a movie, The Eight Below. It is a movie where dogs are the main character. Okay, so this the dogs used by the Eskimo, or those who live in the cold places, normally higher, these are the one who carries them to these are used as a mode of transportation to carry carriage, um, transporting the human and even goods from one place to others. So these are groups of dogs, and some of them, or if a dog dies, they're going to choose their leader. Okay, so in the movie, the eight below one died, and the group now is seeking who will be the leader of that dog, because dogs simply go will not go to any direction unless somebody will guide them, and that somebody is called the leader of the dog. So the leader is the one that will be followed by all dogs, so that they can move or transport humans. Now, the dogs finds it difficult. They are searching for who will be the leader to replace the one who died. The one dog, okay, who is so greedy. They all now starved because the owner left them or did not come back at the right time. So they were both hungry. One died, the leader died. So the other who wanted to become a leader grabbed the opportunity because he was so strong. Okay, he is so furious such that every time he gets a food, he will not give anything to the others. He wants to survive by himself without thinking of others. While the other one, who is so quiet, matured enough, um, if he sees a food, he give it to others. So eventually, the dog who gives food to others, who wants the others to survive, not only for himself, became the leader. And that's how should a leader be chosen. Not the one who keeps on accumulating wealth, seeking for his own glory, okay, and thinking only of himself. That's not that's not the way to choose a leader. And right now, I'm sure politicians are like that. They grab all the wealth without giving it to others. They only give it during election, sometimes in a form of a legislated money given to them through ACAP or something else. Well, that's actually coming from the tax of the people, and it is given during even before election, and that money comes from the people. So upon receiving it, you will be indebted, thinking that might come from their own pocket, but that's not. It's your own money. It is your own money given to you, okay, through your tax. You have to uh, receive it, but not that you are indebted to them. It should have been given for the services, not in a form of um, money. It could be interpreted as a corruption. Okay, that's how politicians work. Right now, I'm telling you, that is how they do it. It's for you to be loyal to them. I even encourage all people to look for other other politicians. Okay, not that keep on voting those who were there. They are the rich people already. Okay, they became rich because of the projects of the government. Okay, they are the one who benefits, and these are they are known for different propagandas. Okay, like pictures of their faces, um, and every time there's a political activities, they were there just to show that they are the powerful man in the place. And also, of course, in return, we voted for them. Now, I think it's time now, because of this anomaly, almost all of them, I'm sure, almost all of the congressmen or even the local officials receive money from from the government, okay, because of these projects. Okay. Now, so example of that, governance and development, a transparent and accountable local government can be efficiently manage resources to public health, leading to a better community outcomes and trust in institution. If you only live simple life, do not, of course it's needed to live, but some things are not so important, like having a luxury 40 luxury cars. What can you do with the others? It's not even important. A car that will transport you from one place to another is enough. One car, you don't need others. That's already superfluous, and you will find it difficult to maintain. Cars are need to be needs to run need to run every day, because that's the design. Otherwise, the battery, for example, and other parts will not function anymore. Okay, so having a numerous cars is already living in in vanity. It's not even allowed to display wealth if you work in government, and even several um, personal jewelries are not even allowed. What is allowed, as far as my reading of the administrative law is concerned, is a one jewelry is enough. Putting several jewelries in all parts of your body would make the people um, the government cannot be trusted anymore. People will say that these jewelries you had may come from the tax they paid. So we have to let them trust us. Otherwise, they become rebel. They will not pay the tax, destroy our own government. And that's the reason why there are rebels. Okay, because people leading us do not cannot be trusted anymore. So it is, again, I tell you it's a matter of, it's a behavior. There was even a story, and in fact in many of my lectures on governance, I keep on telling them a story of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. I think I already mentioned in this class that he was a prince in India, a leader, okay, who do not understand poverty because he lives in a luxurious life. So one day he he went to he moved to another place. He recollect, discern, and part of his recollection, he realized that there are eight fold path. Okay, the fold path and the four noble truth, and that will be your assignment next meeting, to tell us what are those eight fold path, and remind me, by the way, that will be the topic that we're going to discuss next meeting, and the four noble truth. Okay, so he realized that there is indeed suffering, and the main reason why we suffer is because of our desire. So it's your desire that makes you suffer. For example, um, you want to have a car. Well, that's the problem you have. That's the cause of your suffering, because you desire for it. Had you not desire for it, then it is not a problem. So it's the desire that causes the misery of the world. So how to resolve it? Do not do not desire. Limit your desire. And I think that applies to all. No? Anything that you do or causes of your suffering, sometimes it's because of the desire to have more, the desire to of a person that you do not that you want to be in life, and that causes you suffering. So the the only way to resolve the problems of the world is to limit your desire, control your desire, or do not desire it. In China, it's called the golden rule or the golden mean. Okay, and what is the meaning of the golden mean? You live only a moderate life, not so extravagant, not so, of course, impoverished. Live a moderate life is the best way. It is called the golden mean. Well, if you want food, then do not make your stomach full. Make it um, probably 80%. Well, that's even the cause of sickness. If you go on 100% full of your stomach, you suffered. Okay, those who prolong their life accordingly is those who eat moderately. They control what they want to eat. Okay, look at those. But life is just equal. Whether you are poor or rich, life is just equal. You live a life of luxury. You eat delicious food. You ride in a luxurious car, branded, and the latest model that comes out from the market. All are the same. What? In what way? Whether you ride in the latest model, others are riding a jeepney, you can still ride the same destination, although in different manner or different luxury, but still you have the same end. Others, the rich people, eat delicious food. You do not eat, you only eat vegetables. Well, you probably be better than them. You live a long life, them suffering, they suffer diabetic or hypertension, because if you had a sickness of diabetes, eventually it will complicate to hypertension and heart attack. Okay, so life is just the same, whether you are rich or poor. It is just the same. It ends in the same way, although in different manner. So there's no need actually of aspiring for more. Actually, in life, when you get married, you only had one purpose in life: let your successor succeed, and that's the end of life. There's no other purpose. When your successor, the one who's going to succeed you in life, will be better than you, is the ultimate goal of life. You don't need to go for something else. Having several properties is difficult to maintain. It might be even be controlled by somebody. Okay, like you had a property in Cebu, in Leyte, in Bohol. You cannot maintain it. What if your successor will or insist on living abroad, like taking a course that you do not expect him to take? All the while you expect him to be your successor, follow your footsteps, but then he's planning another way. So all your plans will be destroyed. Okay, so there's no need actually of aspiring for or accumulating wealth. Now, so the Philippines has experienced a mixed results in governance and development. Okay, while there are democratic institutions, challenges like corruption, bureaucratic um, inefficiency, and political dynasties persist. We cannot question anymore the political dynasties, as I think explained. This is already in the in our constitution, but we do not define right now what political dynasty is. Okay, so in the explanation, let's say all of the members of the family run in different positions. Okay, so it's not political dynasty yet. However, the result would be that after election, all of them won. So that's political dynasty. But we do not define it yet. What do you mean by political dynasty? Is it the father, the mother? It's not yet clearly defined, and I think also Congress will not define it because they are the beneficiaries if we do not define political dynasty is. So it's like chess. You should read the minds of your enemy. Okay, so surely they will not define it because it will destroy their benefits. Let's same also if they have business. You have a congressman, your business is a school. You will not allow other schools to be developed in that region because it will be the end of your kingdom. Uh, let's say you have a university near to a state university. If you are a congressman, you will not allow that state university to be developed. Why? Because students might be enrolled in that university. It will not be they will not enroll in your own university, and you will not have any income. Okay, so that's why also in Congress, these people should have disclosed their business interest. And in fact, in the hearing, I think this morning or yeah, was it yesterday? One of their session was adjourned because one of the congressman, I think, in Manila, representing Manila, one district in Manila, make a motion to disclose their interest, personal interest, or business interest, which is under the constitution. They should disclose their business interest because that business interest would eventually make your decisions, um, uh, guide your decision to your own benefit, to your own benefit. Okay, you will not decide a or pass a law that would kill your business. In life, it's like even running in Congress, it's just to perpetuate your own business. And that's part of survival, of course. Sometimes this instincts, animal instinct, lead to our downfall, and it makes our country corrupt and and inefficient. Okay. So what do you mean by bureaucratic inefficiency? There are so many um, structures that are not important. The effective way, I think, the manifestation of this bureaucratic inefficiency in resolving it is the passage of the ARTA, Anti-Red Tape Act, where only 5 signatures are allowed as much as possible. In contrary to what has been a practice before, that every time a person signs, they collect money. Okay, so right now there's no need. Okay, that's a practice before. It's a practice. It became a norm in government that they will not sign unless they can collect money. Right now, there are only 5 under that ARTA, Anti-Red Tape Act, and also in the Citizens Charter, where you have to put there the flow of the transaction that you deal in government, as well as the number of days that you can make a follow-up, or number of days that you are supposed to wait. And others also is a law, or I don't know if it's a law or a certain executive order that a government official should, or an employee should make a reply within 15 days. If they cannot reply within 15 days and duly received by them, they may be held liable for that certain act. Now, so despite this, there are also success stories at local levels. Example, okay, well, we'll not, sometimes these um, books written like good governance are sometimes politically motivated to cite one person that he is the model. But you don't need to advertise your name or what kind of government you have. Every local government has its own success stories. So of course there are also downfall of others, but we will not single out which of these LG becomes the model. So it's 40 minutes lecture. Now there is I'll end the recording.